It's the second day of recap week. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Brian from Airflow Music. Welcome back to another video. This is day 49 of our Go Practice Daily series. Hope you're having a great day today. As I said, this is recap week, and in this video we'll be recapping the daily drills set 2. Now, if you're not sure what this is all about, if you've joined us more recently, these daily drills were something I started doing now about 7 weeks ago. We have daily videos and we play each set of drills for roughly 1 week. I know that some of you have joined us along the way and may not have kind of got to grips with what this was all about in the first place. And this is partly something I can do to help add a measure of consistency to everyone's practice and work on a couple of, slow and gentle things that benefit all of us, no matter what level we may be at. And ostensibly to work on flexibility. It's kind of a backdoor approach and not an entirely conventional approach, but this is the way I like to teach flexibility and have my students practice it at a certain level. So that's what we're up to here. As I say, this is recap week. We are recapping set 2 in this video, and so obviously this was something we did back in week 2, and this is currently week 8. So if you don't have these exercises yet, you will find a link in the description below to download the free PDF of set 2 from the Airflow Music online store. And for that matter, you'll find links to all 7 sets we've had so far, so you can get caught up. And the other part of this is, for those of us who've been here for most of the time, it's good to go back over these things and see how we've progressed. At some point, these exercises may have been challenging to us, but a few weeks down the line, I think we'll find that they're probably a little easier. That's what we're doing here. And with that, let's get into set 2, exercise 1. At this point, we're still dealing with small intervals, so this is still half-step based. Set 2, in particular, bridges the whole step using half steps. So we start to move a little further away from the start note each time, but we do it in our smallest possible increments, so we can keep everything nicely connected. The rules to this one are the same as, particularly for exercise 1, are the same as the rules for every exercise 1. We are going at 60 beats a minute. I am treating this as a long setting exercise, which means that I'm keeping the mouthpiece on my lips throughout the entire set of phrases, all 26 of them, and breathing through my nose. You may or may not choose to do the long setting for this. I know that some people are and some people haven't been. It's fine either way, but the rest of the rules remain the same. We're really focusing on playing in time here and developing a timed response. So the metronome is going at 60 beats a minute, and I'll be tapping my foot along with the metronome and subdividing the beat into 16th notes or semiquavers in my head to help me stay cleanly, accurately in time. Beyond that, I'm breath starting the first note of every phrase and attempting to breathe in time on the rest bar at the end of every 4-bar phrase. Okay? Other than that, not too much else to say. So let's get into exercise 1. Exercise 1 went fairly smoothly for me once again, and it's been nice to revisit these and see how they feel. I was quite pleased with how that one went. Everything seemed nice and smooth. For the most part, everything responded cleanly, and I felt quite centered doing it, so that was good. How are you finding this one? You can answer that from either perspective, whether you're playing this one for the first time or you did it at the time when we went through it. I'm interested to hear in either case. Moving on, let's get to exercise 2 from set 2. And we're going to make a bit of a change to what we did here. The exercise remains the same, and this is the first pattern we did where we moved up to 3 bars of moving notes. In this case, it is 8 notes or quavers, following the same pattern as exercise 1, bridging the whole step both up and down. The difference we're going to make here is that we're going to increase the tempo. When we last played this exercise in one of the videos, which was in something like day 12 or something, at that point we were playing this one at 100 beats a minute. Now subsequently we've played faster subdivisions like triplets and 16th notes and even 16th note quintuplets. So we have gotten our tongues moving faster than this now. So we're going to increase the tempo somewhat for this run through exercise 2. We're going to go at 120 beats a minute. This is going to serve 2 purposes. It's going to get our fingers and our tongue moving a little bit faster, and also it's going to get it done quicker, which is always a benefit. Other than that, nothing's different about exercise 2 from set 2 to the first time we did it. We're going up and down these half steps, bridging the whole step, as I said. There are 3 bars of 8th notes. The first bar is slurred, second bar is tongued, and the third bar is split. 2 bars slurred, 2 bars tongued, before the whole note, and then the 2 bars rest. This one isn't a long setting exercise, so please take the mouthpiece off your lips and then reset ready at the end of the 2 bars rest. Other than that, not too much else to say. So here's set 2, exercise 2 at 120 beats a minute. time the last line. Exercise 2 at that tempo was refreshingly brisk and got through nice and quickly. I mean, it's not terribly fast by any means, but I felt good getting moving a little bit more and getting that done nice and quickly. It was only just over 5 minutes instead of about 7 normally. So that was tremendous. Rather enjoyed that. How did you find that? I'm sure if you're recapping this along with me and you played it at the time before, then it should be no problem. If you've come at it a little fresher, then if that feels a little fast to you, depending where you're at, go and revisit some of the set 2 videos. It will be, I think, Go Practice Daily Day 6 through 12, if I remember correctly. Something like that, though. If you go and find those videos, you'll find them on the channel nice and easily. And, you know, you can go through this at slower tempos if that's what you need to do. That's part of the good reason to recap these things, because there are other options for the tempos. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll be back tomorrow with another video when we'll be recapping set 3, surprisingly enough. If you have enjoyed this video and these exercises, please do hit that like button. It makes a big difference on YouTube. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It'd be great to have you with us. Until I see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow, you know what to do. Go practice.